Hello and welcome to day 2 of Heart. We'll continue to expand through the chest, open our hearts up, and not just in the front body, but the back body as well. We'll open up the back space of the heart. So let's get started in a standing position. Come towards the top of your mat. Ankles are underneath the hips. Just rock a little forward and back. Feel the sensation of the earth underneath the toes and the heels, and then pause in stillness. Find evenness in all 4 corners of the feet. Very gentle bend in the knees, just so you don't lock out the joint. And then feel the quads gently lift. Gently lengthen the tail down. You might feel a close in of the space between the ribs and the pelvis. Eyes close or soften. Palms open next to the hips. Crown lengthens you up as your shoulders fall down the back body. Heart expands to the sky. Take a slow inhale. Open mouth, exhale. One more inhale. Open mouth. Seal the lips and continue with your natural breath. Continue to think about lifting the heart up and not actively pushing the shoulder blades down, but with that lift, just that feeling of the shoulders rolling onto the back body. Begin to blink the eyes open if you closed them. Inhale, sweep the arms up tall. Exhale, take the right hand down towards the side body as the left hand reaches up and overhead. Bump the hips slightly to the left. Inhale, rise up through center. Exhale, we take it to the other side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, cactus the arms, pull the elbows, the shoulder blades down as you lift the heart up and gaze to the sky. Keep the low belly hugged in. Inhale, reach up. As we exhale, come forward with the hands, cross at the wrists. Stop when arms are right in front of the shoulders. Tuck the chin in towards the chest as you round through the upper body and work to separate the shoulder blades. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus and open. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, cross at the wrists, round and curl in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, cross. Inhale, lift. We're going to change it up. Exhale, sink the hips back. Notice the bend in the knees start to happen to find your chair pose. Lift the chest up. Big inhale. Exhale, sweep the right hand back from up to the core to let your twist come from your core. As you twist here, do your best to keep the lumbar, the pelvis, and the knees all on the same plane, facing forward. Don't let one knee pop in front of the other. Your twist comes from your thoracic spine. The cervical will follow as well. And keep the core pulled in nice and strong. Let that be where your twist comes from. Inhale, rise up through center. Keep the bend in your knees. Feel the fire ignite. Exhale, twist to the other side. So check in with your twist with your knees, core in strong, arms reach across the horizon. Nice work. Inhale, rise through center. Exhale, fold. Nice and gentle. Keep a gentle bend in the knees. Shift the weight forward into the balls of the feet. And then from here, do your best to lift the hips. They might not lift a lot. Chin into chest, long through the back body. Arms wherever you would like them to be. Yogi's choice. And just breathe into this. With the front body more crunched and constrained, you'll notice the breath more so in the back body, in the back of the heart. Back out of your generosity. Find a strong core. Inhale, long spine as you reverse your swan dive. Rise up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart space. Close in at the ribs. Pelvis come a little bit closer together. Nice work. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, we find our chair. Inhale, lift up through the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale to fold. From here, palms, fingertips light on your mat. Shift the weight over into the right foot. Take a generous step back with the left to find a lunge. Lower the back knee down. Inhale, palms, chest, rise up. Find your low lunge and gently pulse in and out of this here. As you pulse, start to find engagement in the legs. Press down through the right foot, traction the heel back. Press down into the left knee, traction it forward. Feel a gentle squeeze in the left glutes. So as you pulse in and out of this, there should be a little bit more tension and resistance in the left hip flexor. We pause here in the generousness of the pose. Big inhale, lift up, slide the biceps behind the ears. Exhale, lengthen through the right leg as the hands frame the foot to find yourself in half splits pose. If you keep a gentle bend in the knee, no problem. You'll still stretch the hamstring. You'll just relieve the tension in the tendons right behind the joint here. Take an inhale, halfway rise. Lengthen through the back body and the crown. Exhale, fold from the hips. Belly comes down. And when you can't find any more length, that's when you fold in and let the chin come in towards the chest. Left hand will stay on the ground. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Be intentional here. Keep the core engaged in your twist. Root down through that left hand, like you want to push your hand through the earth. And then use the right shoulder blade here. Wrap the shoulder blade closer towards the left side. You'll notice you can find a little bit more openness across the chest. Stay or turn your thumb away from you. Bend into the elbow as you find a bind, a half bind. Continue to roll the shoulder back in space to open through the chest. If you have blocks or a water bottle and you want to bring the mat closer, this is a great place to place it underneath the left hand. It'll relieve some of the intensity on the right leg. Inhale, release, right arm up to the sky. Exhale, place the hand down. Inhale, slide forward, find your lunge. Exhale, curl back toes under, float the knee. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, fold. Left foot stays, generous step back with the right, back knee down. Inhale, palms, chest, rise up, and immediately go into a little bit of a pulsation here. As you pulse, start to firm up. Root down, pull in, core engaged, squeeze the glutes. Notice that tension and that resistance. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. 1, go into your generosity. Big inhale, lift up, slide the biceps behind the ears. Exhale, palms down, hip shift back, lengthen through the left leg, half splits. Inhale, find your halfway lift, lots of length, reach forward with the chest. Exhale, hinge from the hips, long spine until there's no more length left, then round in. Right hand stays on the ground. Start to twist the left arm to the sky. Push down and root into that right hand. Push through the mat. Feel the right shoulder blade wrap down and under towards the front side of the body. And then use the left shoulder blade. Imagine like you want to pull the whole entire arm emanating from the back body so that the left shoulder blade comes closer to the right. Chest will open slightly more. Stay or turn the palm behind you, thumb faces away. Bend into the elbow as the outer knuckles rest on the outer hip to find your half bind. Shoulder continues to roll onto the back body to open the chest a little bit more here. Inhale, release the hand up to the sky, be gentle. Exhale, palm comes down. Inhale, slide it forward. Exhale, step, find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, we fold. Reverse your swan dive. Inhale, rise all the way up. Palms will touch. Exhale, take your hands to your heart space. Nice work. Bring the palms straight out next to the side body and the hips. From here, palms will face down. Slowly begin to lift the arms up on the horizon. Work on a little bit of shoulder mobility. Help open up the chest. Once the palms reach 90, flip the palms face up. Start to lift the chest up as you feel the shoulders roll onto the back body. And then use that engagement of the back body to pull the shoulder blades down just a little bit. Start to lift the arms up. Don't let the shoulders crowd through the ears. And then from here, push, push, push up with the fingertips. The shoulders will come up just a little bit. And then hands to heart and relax them back towards center. Beautiful. Take a big inhale, sweep the hands behind you, gaze up. Palms will roll up to the sky. As you exhale like a big circle, let them come forward, round through the back body. Inhale, hands behind you, open the chest, palms come up. Exhale, big circle, let them round, let the upper body round. Nice work, one more, inhale. Exhale. This time, inhale, move the hands up. Interlace the last 6 fingers on your exhale. Inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, slide the shoulder blades behind you. As you keep the low belly hugged in and up, find a very gentle baby back bend here. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, zip up through center. Exhale, release the hands and place them in your back pockets. Gentle press down and in with the heel of the hand. Core is engaged. As you inhale, lift up, squeeze the shoulder blades, the elbows together. And as you exhale, squeeze into the glutes as you send the hips forward. Find a baby back bend here once again. Keep the cervical spine in line with the upper body. Try not to let the head drop back. Inhale, zip up through center, use your core strength. Exhale, trace the backs of your legs as you come down into a standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale to fold, palms come down to the ground. Walk yourself back, downward facing dog. We're finally in our first downward dog of class. Yeah, we came into it a little bit late, but that's okay. If you need more space in the backs of the legs, walk your dog out, bicycle one heel off the ground and then the other. And then slowly find stillness. Inhale, reach the right leg up high. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. And just like in our day 1 class, you can get heavier on the left side of the palm and lighter on the right as you twist the chest underneath the right bicep. One more inhale. Exhale, slide the knee in towards the chest, step or walk through. Place the back knee down for lunge. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, sink into that generousness, but still keep the engagement in the core. Interlace the last 6 fingers, pointer finger to the sky, slide the biceps behind the ears. Yes, I love this one. It's a great chest opener here. One more inhale. And exhale, come out of this, release the hands, take them next to the hips but slightly behind you. You're welcome to stay here. If you'd rather, you can interlace the fingers, take the thumbs away from the lower body as you float the pinky fingers up to the sky. If you're looking for something a little bit extra, you can start to float the back toes. Maybe you grab onto the top of the foot. Maybe you grab onto the shin. Maybe you interlace the fingers and make a little basket. Continue to roll the shoulders back in space. So be gentle here. This is a big quad opener also. And you may just get halfway there. That's where you are for today. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing right with it. It's just what the body is meant to do in this moment. If you do have the quad stretch, or really wherever you are, still keep the lower belly curling in and under. It's a balance challenge as well, and I promise when you keep that core engagement, it really does help with the balance. Shoulder blades continue to roll back as you find openness across the heart. Maybe you start to kick the foot into the hands as you feel the hips slide forward and the chest open a little bit more. Nice work, yogis. With just as much control, start to release, nice and slow. Palms come down. Float the back knee, step back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Open mouth. Inhale, sweep the left leg up high. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Press down through the right hand, get slightly light on the left, and bring your gaze, your chest underneath the left bicep. One more inhale. Exhale, wrap the knee in towards the chest, step or walk through. Back knee down. Inhale, palms chest up, find your lunge. Interlace the last 6 fingers, slide the biceps behind the ears. Yes, sink into your generosity, but still keep the engagement at the core. Help relieve some pressure off the lower back. One more breath in. Exhale, come up through center. Release the hands next to the hips, kind of like you want to fly your arms behind you. You can stay here. Imagine that expansiveness across the front body, or interlace the hands. Roll the shoulders back, extend through the elbows, lift the knuckles off the body. Or you bend into that back knee. Maybe you clasp onto the top of the foot or the shin for a quad stretch. This is my dominant side, my right side. So my quad, I think it's a a little more stronger. So this is a very intense stretch for me. Wherever you are, imagine like you want to curl the pelvis under. We'll make this more intense, but then we won't be compensating in the lower back. We'll keep a nice neutral lower back. Breathe into it. And only go where you feel a little bit of tension. Nothing that's overly uncomfortable, and especially not to the point of pain. Listen to the body and honor where you are in this moment. At this point, if you want to find that little kick the foot into the palms, feel the hips sink forward slightly, the chest open up a little bit more, core stays engaged. I promise it helps with your balance. And nice and slow and gentle, we begin to release. Palms down, back knee floats, step back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, open mouth. Inhale, sweep the right leg up high, keep the leg long. Exhale, we step or walk through. Back heel comes down 90 degrees. Inhale, windmill the arms open as the shoulders meet over the hips to find yourself in a warrior two. In warrior two, find the root down into the mat with both your feet, and then that pull in with the heels. You'll feel the legs really light up here, and that's your strong foundation and your strong warrior two. Use the right glute, gentle squeeze. You want to use that glute to help rotate the inner right thigh higher to the sky. So instead of just pushing the knee out, use that muscular engagement to do your best to rotate the hamstring to help pull the inner thigh up higher to the sky. You got this. Nice work. Palms face up for this version of warrior two. This helps roll the head of the humerus towards the center of the socket. We live our life hunched forward, right? Computer, books, driving, text messages, working at a desk, anything like that. So sometimes the head of the humerus tends to sit kind of forward in the joint. So when we flip the palms up, rolls the head of the arm bone back and allows us that space in the shoulders and across the chest. Inhale, reverse your warrior, keep the legs. Right arm sweeps you up and back. That left hand is nice and light. One more breath in. Exhale, find your lateral angle. Left arm on the inside of the left leg or a gentle rest, a forearm to thigh. Left arm up overhead or bicep by your ear. Now the point of this pose is not all this curviness in the body. The point of the pose is to find length. So lengthen through your side bodies. Sink down into the hips, reach up and out. You got this. Stay or turn the palm to face away. Bend into the elbow as you wrap the knuckle on the outer hip. That half bind once again. Roll the top shoulder back in space. And if you want to go for the full bind, you take that right arm, dive it underneath the right leg, find the fingertips, and same concept here. You want the length in both side bodies and the openness across the chest. Option to take strap towel or a shirt in between the hands to help you get closer to the full bind. Commit to the legs, re-strengthen, re-engage. Release your bind, left arm tall, big inhale. Exhale, palms down to frame the foot. Step back, find downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Open mouth. Long leg inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step or walk through. Back heel down 90 degrees. Inhale, windmill up. Find that strong warrior two. So set your legs up, and this can be, more of a shallow warrior two, or it can be a very deep warrior two. That push down into the mat with your feet, that pull in with the heels, feel the legs light up, and use the left glute, use the left hamstring. So try not to just blindly push the left knee outwards towards your pinky toe. Use that muscular engagement to help spin the inner thigh to the sky, and feel naturally how that just slightly pushes the knee out. Palms face up, arm bone rolls back, nice and relaxed and expansive across the front body here. Transitions are just as important as the pose. So as we move, make them purposeful. Inhale, tilt the top arm up and back. Right knuckles rest on the right leg as you reverse your warrior. One inhale. Exhale, lateral angle. You can keep the length of the arm on the inside of the leg or come on down into the forearm. But you see how I need a little bit more depth in my hips if I do come down lower. So sometimes it is better just to keep the height, keep the length through the side bodies as you keep weight off this arm. Nice work. Stay, or palm faces behind you, bend into the elbow. Find the knuckles resting on the outer hip. Shoulder rolls back in space for your half bind. Keep the side bodies long. Curl the low belly in. Option for the full bind option if you want to go there. And the same concept, that length through the side bodies, roll the shoulder back in space. Slowly begin to release. Find your lateral angle. Big inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Open mouth. Bring your gaze to the top of the mat and slowly begin to walk yourself forward into a kneeling position. Not too messy of a transition there, eh? Take a slow inhale. Open mouth. One more inhale. Open mouth. Feels so good, yogis. All right. From here, we will make our way down to a seat. We will begin to lie down on the ground. Start to take the heels underneath the knees, palms face down next to the hips, push down into the hands, triceps will ignite, push down into the feet, feel the glutes and hamstrings turn on. From here, lift the hips up, find your bridge pose. Choose to stay. You can always interlace the fingers underneath you, shoulder blades walk together. And if you're looking for a bigger posture, wheel pose, take the fingertips, the thumbs next to the ears, push down as you lift up, push through the feet as you send the chest through the biceps. Continue with the strong press through the hands, gentle engagement at the glutes. There is nothing to support the pelvis here. Pelvis is not on the ground like in cobra pose, so keep the glutes lightly active. And when you're done with this pose, bring the chin in towards the chest as you lower back down through bridge, hips to the ground. Now, instead of a huge counter stretch, I always like to do a lighter counter stretch. So very gently take the knees in towards the chest. Very slow rock side to side. Keep the head down. I know it's very common to want to come up and big counter forehead to knees, but we're working on that openness in the body right around the heart space. So we want to do just a baby counter here. Pause in stillness. Take both heels down towards the ground. If you have any blocks at home or a pillow and want to use it, you'll go ahead and place one of the blocks on this right side, kind of where your knees would fall in this position. So what we're going to do first is we'll let the knees come over towards the left. This right hand right here, keep it palm face down. Start to slide it underneath the body and wedge the fingertips on towards the left ribs, okay? Sort of in the mid-back area. Then bring the knees back up through center. Start to let the knees fall to the right. Maybe they rest on that block you found. Maybe you keep them more in space. Maybe they fall down. Left palm opens into a cactus or goalpost shape. And this top knee here, you can bring it all the way over with your bottom knee, just depending on how the shoulder's feeling, or you can kind of back off a little bit, knees come away from the chest. And if you have that block, it'll be very supportive. So if this becomes a lot for the shoulder, you back off, you come out of it, or you just release the hand, come into your regular supine twist. To get a full infinity pose in the spinal column, you're welcome to turn your gaze to the left. Slowly, slowly come out of this. Release the bottom palm. Nice job. And we'll move into the other side. So let the knees come slightly to the right first. This left hand palm stays face down. Slide it underneath the body and maybe let the tops of the fingertips touch the right ribs, sort of in the mid-back area. Lift the knees up through center, go slow. Maybe you stop here. Maybe the block comes to the other side and you let the knees rest on the block. Or maybe you let the knees fall all the way over, one on top of the other. Or maybe you back off a little, knees away from the chest. Right palm opens face up in a cactus or goalpost shape. And for the full infinity pose, turn your gaze to the right. So tune in once again here, especially with the shoulder area. In our final few poses and stretches, we continue the theme of expanding across the chest. This right palm open to receive, to keep the chest open. This left palm face down to ground, but to kind of stretch across the shoulder and maybe even a little bit into the pecs. With slowness, start to turn the gaze through center, lift the knees, let them come to the right as you release the left hand. Send the legs long, and if you want to continue that openness across the heart, that receptive positioning, keep the palms in a goalpost face up. Eyes may soften or you can close them completely. Breath begins to slow. We find our chest breath just like we did in day one. Inhale, inflate the chest. Move into the ribs, the belly. Exhale, belly, ribs, and chest. One more. Inhale through the chest, ribs, belly, and exhale. A different take on that 3-part breath, just in opposition, a chance to fill up the top, the chest, the heart first versus the belly. Depending on how you feel and what you crave in this moment and what serves you best, perhaps that chest breath is for you. Remain gentle as you enjoy the stillness. Enjoy the sensation of being you. If you would like a longer final rest, please stay. If you're ready to rejoin the world, bring some movement into your fingers and your toes, your ankles and your wrists. Arms and legs liven. Shoulders, hips, and head are welcome to join into the motion. And however you want to get there, yogi, go ahead, come into a seat. Palms touch at your heart space, chin to chest. I hope you feel a little more open and receptive in your heart. Stretched out in the upper body and expansive at the back, space between the shoulder blades. The heart housing so many wonderful emotions, memories, and you. The light and the teacher in me will always walk with and learn from the light and the teacher in you. Thank you, friend.